Welcome back to GasDiesel Garage, everyone. We're continuing on this rebuild of this Acura Mdx. Well, today is rebuilding the head day, so stay tuned. Anytime I like to do the valves, I like to have the head up a little bit so I can get the tool in there to remove the valve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a headstand. As you recall from the last video, when we took the head off the engine, we discovered that there was a big old hole in one of the intake valves of this head. And I'll show you. Right in there. See how I'm putting that? So, it definitely needs to be fixed. And these are not too far ahead. They'll probably have a hole in it pretty soon. So, let's get to work and take those valves. There we go. We got the head up off the ground, got access so I can get the tool in there to hold the valve in and take the springs out and the keepers and everything else. So let's get started by taking the rocker arms off. Look how badly damaged that is. Yeah, it shouldn't have metal shavings in it. Ooh, man, look how scored that is. Yeah, turns freely now. And here's the old one, here's the new one. You see how badly this thing was worn. And ooh, man, that don't look good. See, it needs to be smooth like that. Let's take a measurement. Okay. Sorry, my battery is down. It's low rather. You can see at about 42 millimeters. Two millimeters. Let's go right here to this. 42 millimeters. Let's check the new one. About 43, 44 millimeters. 43, 44, about 43 millimeters. And it should be like that throughout the whole cam. Okay, let's try these over here. There. Well, continuing on with our Acura rebuild. Fortunately, we had to make another pit stop back at the junkyard to pick up another head because that head was screwed. So we're back on our Honda Ridgeline. There it is. Just pulled the head off right there. Now what we got to do is got to get our valve compression tool, because we compress the springs so we can take the keepers out so that we can drop the valves down from the bottom. Well, before we throw the valves in, you might want to clean some of this nasty stuff in here. You can see that. All that nasty stuff. That's what we're going to do now. Continuing on with the valve rebuild, head rebuild. Got our brand new valves, got our 6 intakes and your 6 exhausts. You see the big difference. Here's your intake, here's your exhaust. That's bigger than the other. Yeah, we got all 24 of our keepers. Didn't lose them. That's good stuff. Now all it is to put all these valves. Now it's time to start putting those new valves in. Gonna start with the exhaust ones first because it's closer to them. All right, springs on the valves are in, keepers are in, intake looks good, exhaust looks good. See what it looks like on the bottom. Look like the valves are seating pretty properly. Now it's time to put the rockers back on and torque them down to spec, and then do your lash valve adjustment. Now it's time to torque down the rocker arms. On the intake side, they're 21 foot-pounds. On the exhaust side, those are at 18 pounds. Now there's an order on how these things get torqued down, so just watch. See, number 1. Tighten it. 2. I gotta switch it down to 18. Switch back to 21. Yeah. Back to 18. So back to 21 again. I like to go over them and make sure that they're all the same. Yep. Go through and check them all again. Now that we got them all torqued down and locked down, Now it's time to set the valve lash. Okay, here we go. Adjust the valves. Intake side is supposed to be a 9 thousandths. And to unlock the adjustment, it's a 10 millimeter. And then just take the screwdriver right here. Tighten it up. Tighten just enough. So we can. Lock it down. Recheck it again. Not quite right. About right. Oop. Only one's supposed to go through there. All right. Lock it down. So you know that looks. Yeah, we got this head all put back together. We got the valves in, the rockers in, everything's torqued down. Not so sure about that valve adjustment. I think I'm probably going to adjust it while it's on the car, but at least I'm trying to get it within spec to where, you know, not so far off. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of Gas Diesel Garage. We got the fully built head ready to go back on the car, and well, I guess I'll see you next time on episode 3 when we get to do piston rings on this Acura Mdx. So make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.